Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Last Cast Outdoors. Today I will be doing a full review and talk about my ownership of the Lost Creek 6-person thermal ice fishing tent exclusively at Sportsman's Warehouse. This will be a quick and simple overview, but there is definitely some good information you want to know about this Lost Creek 6-person thermal ice fishing tent. Let's talk about the pop-up design. First, with how big this tent is, it is very easy and quick to pop up and only takes me a minute or less to pop it up with not a whole lot of resistance. Next is material and insulation. The tent material is made out of a 300 polyester, which is common in budget ice tents, including the Eskimo Quickfish ice tents, and overall is a tough material for ice tents. With this ice tent being insulated, it comes with 60 grams of thermal insulation, which makes a huge difference when staying warm and comfortable when it is cold and or windy outside. Next, let's talk about the dimensions of this tent. This tent is 66 inches lengthwise and widthwise and 85 inches high. What is included with this tent? It also comes with 12 heavy-duty stakes and 6 guidelines for stopping the wind pushing your walls in, and of course your carrying bag as well. All right guys, let's talk about the color of this ice fishing tent. As you can tell, it is a beautiful dark green. I absolutely love this color. It definitely stands out among the Eskimos and clams, which are red and blue. You never ever see green ice fishing tents, which is very cool. As you know, Sportsman's Warehouse owns Lost Creek, so they like to use the color green a lot, and I'm so happy they did this to their ice fishing tents. This whole ice fishing tent is quilted. It has nice stitching. It's a really nice touch. It makes it look very premium and very nice. All right, next let's talk about the black top on top of this ice fishing tent. This thing is amazing. It's a game changer. Pretty much if any snow falls on top of it, it will pretty much slide right off. Next, if you're lucky enough and it is sunny outside while you're ice fishing, this black top will trap in all that heat for you from the sun and keep you nice and warm. I have not really seen any other companies put a black top on top of their ice fishing tent, but it is very nice to have to trap in all that nice warm sun. Next, we're going to talk about the anchor points and the wind guides as well. So the anchor points are just your regular brass anchor points, super basic. Pretty much you'll see that on every single ice fishing tent. The one thing I do want to talk about is this wind guide. For an example, if the wind is pushing on this side of the tent, it might possibly push this side in, which is kind of dangerous. So that's why we have these wind anchors. You put these in the ice with the heavy duty anchors, and that helps prevent the wind pushing your wall in just like that. It is a super basic setup. It is adjustable as well. The one thing I wish they changed on this for these anchors specifically is to have like a pouch. I know a lot of other companies do that. I wish there was a pouch to put them in. They just kind of drop right there, and I don't really like that. But that's the only one bad thing about these wind anchors. This ice fishing tent comes with 12 heavy duty anchors. 6 of them goes to the bottom of your tent, and then 6 goes for your wind guides. They are very nice, heavy duty. The only thing I wish they also added into the bag was a drill adapter to drill in these anchors. They can be very difficult to screw in by hand. I always have a drill adapter to quickly drill these into the ice, so I wish they put that in the bag. All right guys, now that we're done talking about the outside of the tent, let's go inside of the tent and see what it has to offer. All right, so first thing, this whole ice fishing tent is black on the inside. It traps in so much heat. It also comes with 1 and 2 doors, which helps a lot coming in and out of this ice fishing tent. It also comes with 1 and 2 pouches, whatever you want to put in there, phone, keys, wallets. We have 1 and 2 exhaust ports. You just peel them back, and it helps get rid of all of those exhaust fumes. If you are using augers in here or a heater buddy, I highly recommend opening these up to help get rid of any fumes. It is a huge safety thing. It's always nice to keep those open. Next, let's talk about the windows. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows. That is so nice. It helps light up this whole tent, and it really does make this place feel super spacious. So let's talk about these windows real quick. They do just Velcro on like that. There's one patch, there's two patches, and then you can Velcro it. Taking it off, this whole panel, this is like a plasticky rubber. It is completely sealed with Velcro, so you can rip those off if you want to let some wind in or cool down faster. Next, we're going to talk about my ownership of this ice fishing tent. I've had it for about a year now. I'm going to talk about 3 things I like about this ice fishing tent and 3 things I dislike about this ice fishing tent. The first thing I like about this ice fishing tent is the color. I love this dark green color. It is so epic. Also, the black top on top of the tent is very, very nice to trap in all that heat and get rid of that snow on top of the tent. Also, the interior, how it's all black as well. So with the dark green, the black top, and then the black interior, this tent will keep you so warm, and that's what I really, really like about this tent. The second thing I really like is the space on the inside. This tent is a huge dome, so you can do so much with this space. It is really tall. It really does feel like a luxury on the inside with having all of that space. The last thing I really enjoy are all of the windows. You get 6 windows, so you can really customize how much light you want in or how much light you don't want in. For me specifically, it is very nice for filming because I can let a ton of light in. So that's the one thing I really do enjoy are these windows. It does make it feel even more spacious with how big it is on the inside. Now let's talk about the 3 things I dislike about this tent. First thing that comes to my mind is a pouch for the wind anchors. I really wish they did that. It would have been so nice just to wrap it up and put it in a little pouch. The second thing I dislike about this ice fishing tent that doesn't involve it, so I just wish they included an anchor drill bit for those anchors. That would have been very, very nice. And number 3 for this ice fishing tent is the weight. It is a 6-person thermal tent, so this weighs 62 pounds, which is very heavy. It is hard to carry sometimes. It is nice to have 2 people helping you. That is probably the biggest reason why I don't take it with me that much. So that is something to definitely consider about this ice fishing tent. What do I recommend? Probably getting a snow dog. I really want to get one of those. That would definitely help out a lot. But if you don't mind the weight and you have an extra person helping you out, this thing is so worth it. Now let's talk about the most important thing of this video. Should you buy this Lost Creek 6-person thermal ice fishing tent? Well, if you're looking for a big 6-person thermal tent, if you're looking for great thermal insulation, on top of that with it being dark green with the black top and the black interior to keep you even more warm, if you're looking for a really high quality ice fishing tent, then yes, I do highly, highly recommend this ice fishing tent. The only caveat, the only big thing is the weight. With it weighing 62 pounds, that is heavy for an ice fishing tent. You can definitely do it by yourself. I have, but it is very difficult and exhausting. If you have another person helping you, that is very nice, and that's what I recommend. If you have a snowmobile or a snow dog, you will absolutely love this ice fishing tent. So overall, I really do personally love this ice fishing tent. It is a huge game changer for me. I love everything about this tent. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something, learned a little bit more about this Lost Creek 6-person thermal ice fishing tent. If you have any questions or anything you want to ask me, let me know down in the comments down below.